Do you know how China is digital now?
6 everyday things in China that made me realize we're living in the past.
Do you know China's electronic vehicle boom started with a single letter from a scientist in 1992?
I was just talking to one of my friends who just came back from China. He visits China every couple months, but every time he told me something new. Like this time, his morning coffee was served by robot. That's something new. But it wasn't that just a couple months ago. So, but as Chinese, we actually are not surprised at all by the rapid developing speed of China. Because if we know a little bit about Chinese history, if we look at the back 10 dynasty, every dynasty started with China in chaos, very, very bad. But after China being peaceful, one generation, every dynasty, one generation, the whole country just jumped to another level. As long as there's a peaceful environment, 1, 2, 3 generation, China is gonna climb up. It's just true. Because Chinese people, they want to work for a better life. That is something always be true. So that's why we're not surprised, because China is enjoy a peaceful time. And of course, the rapid development will come with the peaceful time. And I'm gonna tell anybody who's not Chinese that China will be peaceful. China is a very peaceful country. And if you wish one country become that powerful, I mean, I'm biased, but China is a good candidate. China is peaceful.
Stop saying China's living in 2050. China is not living in 2050. China's living in GTA. What you're looking at is a hyper-realistic 3D reconstruction of Shanghai. Built to scale, fully detailed, and is already being used to help run the city. Every building, every street, every underground pipe, every traffic light, down to every manhole and fire hydrant has been mapped out in 3D with a margin of error smaller than 1.2 inches. Do you know how small 1.2 inches is? That's the size of an AirPod. That's how much they've zoomed in. They use drones to outline buildings, cars for street views, and boats for underwater mapping. And they didn't stop there. They went inside, floor plans, elevators, staircases, exits, entrances, gas, water, and electricity lines. They built Shanghai layer by layer from scratch in a virtual space. And because the dimensions of this digital twin match the dimensions of the real city, engineers can overlay real-world data on top of the model like live feeds from traffic cameras. So imagine if a fire breaks out in a high-rise. At the command center, officers have eyes on the building's blueprints in 3D, layouts, internal structures, exits, everything. They can see what the first responders on the ground cannot see. Add to that data on which apartments are occupied, how many people are nearby, and in which direction traffic is flowing, and they can come up with a targeted evacuation plan fast and efficiently. There's a bunch of other applications for the 3D map. It can help simulate flooding, for example, and so guide disaster response plans. Or, once delivery drones and flying taxis are up in the sky, it can map out flight paths and no-fly zones. Right now, it's already up and running in 2 districts in Shanghai, Pudong and Chunning, and we're only in 2025. So imagine what it will be like in 2050.
China is now teaching AI to school children as young as 8 years of age in classrooms all across the country. Now, this is how China values the future and why it's positioning itself as the AI powerhouse of tomorrow. I recently made a video showing how Gen Z in China is helping to drive the country to become #1 in the world for electric vehicles. And now, with that same foresight being applied to AI, this next generation coming forward isn't just going to use new technologies, they're going to lead the way. Children here are learning coding, robotics, and machine learning, not as hobbies, but as tools to solve real-world problems. So this isn't just about creating engineers, it's about building confidence in a world where AI will shape everything from medicine to farming, from logistics to design. It's so genuinely exciting for me to be here right now in China, to watch this transformation unfold before my very eyes, to see the young people being offered real future-proof opportunities. And while China builds for the future, What do you think? Do you think the rest of the world can keep up? Welcome to China. Welcome to the future.
I'm not sure why Google Map doesn't have that. I love Baidu Maps because it actually always makes comments. So for example, I am going to go back home now.
夜晚出行，请注意安全。
And it just said, since it's late at night, I
夜晚出行，
should be
请注意。
careful of my safety. I'm driving and it can detect the speed that I'm going at. It'll actually say funny things like, your brake is lonely, you're going too fast, slow down. And it kind of does wake you up, or in a funny, humorous, new type of way. That's just the fun fact of the day.
Let's go. Nah, but it's embarrassing how behind the rest of the world is. Watch this. Number 1, face or palm scan payments. You don't need your phone or your wallet out here. You can actually scan things with just your face and your palm alone. And a lot of times, if you're trying to get into like a water park or an arcade, you just scan your face to get in. Number 2, delivery robots. And I'm not just talking about the food robots that you see on the streets, because a lot of other places have that as well. I'm talking like legit AI robots that'll deliver your food straight to your door. I've also been in the malls and seen robots dancing and talking like normal people. It's scary. Number 3, public toilets with heated seats and self-cleaning systems. But Christian, that's not really high tech. I'm not talking about the heated seats alone. No, I'm talking about toilets with legit sensory flush, bidets, music, strobe lights coming out of there. Like, you guys don't understand. The best feature out of all of this is how it auto cleans after every person, even in public parks.
This is the craziest thing I've seen at an airport. It tells you exactly how many stalls are open and what type of stalls are open. It tells you the temperature and humidity and air quality of the bathroom. It tells you exactly how many times the bathroom's been used today. There's also a mini map of exactly where to go and a QR code that provides real-time updates and directions. Because nothing's worse than needing to go and finding every stall full. Now you can shit in peace.
This bathroom has been named the most beautiful public bathroom in the world. Located on the 6th floor of a shopping mall in Nanjing, this bathroom is insanely beautiful and designed by a Shanghai-based architecture firm. There's this contrast of elegance but also whimsical nature elements, and it was such a crowded and popular photo spot. But imagine my confusion when my cousin didn't tell me the context and just excitedly told me he was bringing me to a bathroom to take photos.
Number 4, high-speed trains that make planes look dumb. Most of these times, these trains go insane speeds and it doesn't even make sense to fly. And most of the time, they come fully serviced with plenty of staff and food, and they're way cheaper than a lot of these flights. Number 5, the traffic lights with countdown timers. Every single intersection has a huge timer on it that tells people when exactly it's going to turn red or green. And the craziest thing is that the GPSs also reflect the timer on the screen, so you know exactly when to go or stop. Number 6, smart trash cans that can talk and sort your garbage.
China is really living in 2050, man. And this is just a regular restaurant in Shanghai. Every single staff member is on rollerblades, so service is lightning fast. Plus, they've got robots cruising around to help out. This place has 6 floors, and every table gets its own private room with a couch, bathroom, and 2 personal staffs assigned just for you. Each table even comes with an automatic lazy Susan that spins the food around and can pause with the push of a button. The dishes, every single one was delicious, beautifully presented, and shockingly affordable. We're talking about A5 Wagyu and a steamed fish nearly the size of me. Tell me, would you come here?
Forget everything you thought about QR codes because China just rewrote the rules. A revolutionary new national standard transforms those little black and white squares into global powerhouses of information. This isn't your grandparents' barcode technology. While America invented the first scan in 1974 for gun purchases, China has perfected the system. The new Chinese QR codes pack mind-blowing capabilities from tracking a pork chop's farm-to-table journey to automatically blocking expired products at checkout. What makes this truly groundbreaking is the international adoption. Over 100 countries will implement China's system by 2027, creating the first universal product language. Imagine scanning any item worldwide to instantly access its price origin safety tests and even cooking suggestions, all verified by Chinese standards. The tech specs are staggering. These codes have near infinite combinations, could survive cosmic timescales, and handle thousands of characters. But the real story is how China turned a free Japanese invention into a global infrastructure play. While others saw simple scanners, China built an entire digital ecosystem. From mobile payments to supply chain tracking, QR codes have become China's silent trade ambassadors. As Walmart and Amazon prepare to adopt the standard, one thing is clear: the future of retail speaks Chinese.
It's a subway, but look at this. This is a charger. And if you put the phone, it charges you. Charge your phone. That's amazing. This is actually a subway. China did a great job. Follow for more videos.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid.
Do you know China's electronic vehicle boom started with a single letter from a scientist in 1992? Back then, most people in China did not even own a car. But Chen Xuesen, one of the China top scientists, wrote to the government and said, "Do not follow the West. Don't waste decades on gasoline cars. Go straight to electric vehicles." He saw three big reasons. First, China does not have enough oil. If everyone drove gas cars, China would have to rely on imports. Second, he predicted that pollution would one day choke China's cities if the country just copied the West. And third, he knew that electric vehicles were a brand new field. China could start on that same line as others, the rest of the world, and may take the lead. The government listened, and even though it took years for the technology to catch up, the vision never died. By the 2000s, China started investing in big subsidies, charging stations, local companies like BYD, CATL. By 2015, China was selling more EVs than anyone. Now China is the world's EV powerhouse. But remember, this was not an overnight miracle. It took 30 years, government support, and bold vision. If you want the full story, with the real histories, details, and all that, check out my full article on Substack, link in bio. Thank you, guys.
China is like saying, if China can do it, so can you. But at what pace? The pace is what is hitting all of us, you know. The pace at which countries develop is so concerning. Yeah, if China is living in the future, and then some of our countries aren't even born yet. If this is what the future looks like, what about the present? It means we are not even existing. That's what I would say. It has been an informational compilation. Every time that I share development in China, it challenges me. But kudos to China. We can all do this, but at what pace? The pace. One would think that they have been doing this for centuries, but they have been able to do all this in decades. Who else has ever been able to do this? Subscribe to the channel, like the video for recommendation, share your thoughts in the comment section, and join the family.